So there's the whole thing of what we're coming in with as far as like oppressive programming and frequencies is my experiences in the last few months is that I felt spacier than ever. And when I go into it, it's because I feel like all my lifetimes, all these things, everything feels like it's actually collapsing into one right now. And the amount of programming that we come in with that is greater than the human experience, far greater than the human experience, that comes from so many different layers of the creation of the earth, the creation of humanity, the creation. Some of the program comes from so far back, and it's not really for us to understand on a mental level or to get caught up in understanding it. It is really just about releasing it. And that in the reality of, it's like occupy your cells, filling your cells with a light frequency or, whatever aspect of divinity that you are connecting with, even if it's just a tiny amount, to allow that to really fill up the body is what expels all else and defeats and defies all the other layers of programming that exist. And the more that, again, it's like what I was saying, where you water your garden, the more that that's visited, the more that it literally does force out all those other frequencies on a basis that I believe comes more and more efficient and becomes less scary. And the darkness is less scary because you know that all the darkness just has not yet met the light. It has not met your heart. It has not yet met all those other aspects. So it's only stuck in shadow. And that your staff or your sword that you carry for this pursuit of being fearless is much more easily held when you know that you are doing it for all living beings. The animals, the soil, each other, all living beings, that as you do that and as more light is held by you, you're bringing more light into the earth and into every single human. And one of our last journeys right around the eclipse is one of the things that I had seen was where there was such a charge in the heart that was it was filling around the earth, around the surface of the earth, and connecting all beings with a tremendous amount of light. And it was actually going to, the bad people or, the more difficult areas the most. And it was really sweet and really incredible because I hadn't seen that. But what I keep seeing is, with every single journey, is that the more light we hold in each one of our vessels, the more there is actually a protective barrier that comes over Earth that has never existed before, that will make it so that all these energies that have messed with us from the beginning can no longer do that. And that the more light you're holding, especially if there's been this trauma or this program or whatever, just like a mama bear with a baby bear, other people who have had those same shadows, their cells can see that and know that there is another way. It's almost like it sparks a different consciousness in humanity. And so I've always found that one of my practices is that it's kind of like, no matter what, I'm going to hold this no matter what. Okay. So now there's war over here. Okay. So now this happened. Okay. And you just keep going back to holding it and not thinking anything out. And that is literally the most simplistic and most honorable thing you can do for your ancestors, the future of all beings, and everything existing on this plane.
Yes, and I think that you're one of the person I've been journeying that has really touched the most, like the radical difference, between the moment when we perceive these planes of darkness and we think, how are we going to do with this? And then the moment, we are able to meet the light and invited, how the transmutation is actually happening automatically. And without us making effort, it's just a matter of inviting it. And that's why I've been trying to communicate this idea, and I wanted to invite you for people to understand that it's not just an idea. It's something that is being experienced on a cellular level, that is being experienced so deeply that
Huge.
it's like a reality.
I've had some journeys with you, and for people to understand, like I've had journeys where I remember one journey, I felt like I had a 60-foot corpse laying on top of my stomach. I've seen thousands of I won't go into how
Yeah.
heavy some of them are. But on the other side of it, I have had such mystical experiences of the light that afterwards I can't talk. Some of the times I can't drive, I can't talk. I'm in such a high state that there is no substance on this earth that could bring me to that state. And there is the frequency is so undoubtable. It is so big and is so undoubtable that it instills this existence of God on such a very, very real level, and it becomes a knowingness. And I think the more those experiences are held, the more that knowingness becomes more real than anything in the mind and anything else that the world is trying to enforce, that especially that is so incorrect.
And so that state of knowingness, just to give you a hint, actually, just when you are actually holding the intention, if you close your mind just 2 seconds, and you are actually holding that intention, pay attention to the state of your heart. Like before you start, how do you feel your heart now? Tune into your heart and feel how you feel your heart. Okay? And then you keep your eyes closed. It's just like a few minutes exercise. You keep your eye closed, and now you say, I now hold the intention to invite within my heart as much divine light as my heart can contain, in order to invite the divine presence on earth. Keep tuning into your heart and sensing what's happening. I now hold this intention to invite within my heart as much divine light as my heart can contain, in order to invite the divine presence on earth. I ask for divine assistance to clear, purify, and repair my light vessel, in order to be able to host the divine light on earth. I ask for divine assistance to clear, purify, and repair my light vessel, in order to be able to host divine light on earth. I recognize that this divine light has the power to transmute any darkness. I am grateful for the gift to be able to host it within me. And I totally surrender to it. Take a deep breath. I recognize that this light has the power to transmute any darkness. I'm grateful for the gift to host it within me. And I surrender to it. And feel the state of surrendering. Feel the surrendering in all your body. In all your bones, in all your muscles. I invite now the divine healing light into my light vessel in order to restore and repair my light vessel. Visualize the golden divine healing energy pouring into your crown chakra and starting filling up your heart, repairing, restoring. Inviting your body to seize the fight, to seize the seeking, to surrender into divine grace. Knowing that you're watched and cared for, that you're valued and appreciated for all your intentions to host this divine light on earth. See how universal consciousness acknowledge your intention, acknowledge you, is grateful to you. See the universal consciousness recognizing you. And I keep in your heart, within your heart, this gratitude for the privilege to host this light within you. It is so powerful. It is so powerful, and you have the honor and privilege to host it within you. See how it irradiates in all your systems, beyond your body, beyond your etheric field. And whenever you're ready, you're welcome to be back. So that was a very short exercise. It was meant to show you the difference of how your heart feels when you hold this intention and you invite this light within. The state of expansion that you can feel when you invite the light within, this is the state of expansion that you can hold in whatever you do in your daily life. But this is the vibration that you want to keep. Doing whatever you do to keep that vibrational level. And whatever you are deciding to do, you do it from that place. And whatever you do from that place, we will carry a completely different vibration. So anytime you have to do something important, do that first. Do that first. Raise your vibrational frequency, and especially in moments where you are, like, for example, when we get bad news, when things are becoming worrying, when people are starting to become worried, that's the moment to do that. en masse, to raise the frequency and change the vibrational frequency of the collective. Because this is our way to transmute what's happening and impact. One more thing I think that is worth sharing, because last time I kind of shared it in a closer circle that was not recorded, and maybe it's worth it to share just a few words about it before we close this circle, is that we had the journey about seeing what was the particularity of the Jewish nation that was worth attacking so much. We went to see on the etheric plane what was so interesting in the Jewish people that was attracting so much interest and so much attacks. And so what was shown through this journey with Amber is that there was a very specific light particle in the Jewish DNA that was able to anchor the divine light on Earth in a very specific way. And there were many type of connection to the divine that were shown for different people. And so, Amber, what you saw was the specificity of the connection to the divine for the Jewish people was that we were holding a very particular high light frequency that was allowing the light to anchor into the crystal grid of the earth and activate actually this light within people. Would you like to share just a few words about that?
So what I saw was that actually in this journey, I saw that that things were older and went further back than I had previously thought. And that I saw was, and it's not even all Jewish people, but the majority, especially those that are doing this work, that there was the ability to connect, and that in connecting to these particles, which has been kind of the theme for me for the last couple months, is really about basically a God particle. That connecting to that it comes in through the crown and it goes through the being, and then it exits the feet, it goes into the crystalline grid of the earth, and then it's able to come back out on the earth's surface and actually enter into millions, if not around billions of people. And that as much as Shalva and I have gently talked about sometimes the resistance of some of us believing, well, why am I different than anybody else, and this and that this honor of what we're doing is can help humanity and the earth on a very particular way, and that there are other people that are connecting to, you can say, the well-being of all the soil that grows all the plants. There are different people on this earth that have different jobs that are all so critical to the harmony and the growth of what we're going through right now. But for us, that when you go and you connect to divinity, that if you go in even with a knowing that we can even go to source creation, to what created all of this, that is nothing but just ultimate magic, ultimate wonder, and amazing, something very amazing, and that can be now pulled onto the earth in a different way than ever. There's something where our connection with this ignites a light system that circulates now that hasn't. And yes, every single tree, every single thing, God is all over. But this is one step beyond that. This is everything that created that. And that we can kind of by just even reaching for that in our consciousness and opening up to surrendering and inviting to feeling that we can spark that, and that can come in, and that it is our honor to be able to do that and spread that throughout the earth. It is an incredible honor. And, of course, pulling in light and working with light is not easy. And I think a lot of us know the Jewish experience and why that has not been easy, but it is quite possibly one of the most beautiful honors that there is.
Yes, so that was an insight into Jewish light work. For those who were wondering what this is about, it's basically light work, but holding it, from the place that we're supposed to hold it. And I remember at some point during this journey, I asked you, but all nature is a manifestation of the divine. And then the answer was that, yes, it's true, but still this nature needs to be activated with the divine. It's like, it's not the essence of the divine self. It needs to be activated with the divine. And so that's why last week we spoke also about Perek Shira. It's like that when we do these prayers and we connect the divine particle into nature, we call into the divine particle to come through nature.
It has not been activated yet. It's like, yes, God is everywhere, but there is so much disharmony, as we all know, on the planet. And this is part of the movement where the earth is expanding, so there's higher frequencies than have ever been embodied and infused onto the earth than ever. And this is a huge part of that happening for human beings. That is our element of what I saw, was that we can help bring this in for human beings.
Nachon. I encourage all of you to be active in your communities, and I take this opportunity to congratulate Leslie for her incredible work and the group that she has gathered in Australia that are with us tonight. Thank you so much, Leslie, for this amazing and beautiful initiative, and we love you, Australian group. And all of you are here because you have a special power. And so I'm really here to support you to use that power and to bring it to the collective, all of you here.